By the way, in the Republican primary in New Mexico. And he's here. We're supposed to be interviewing him hopefully tomorrow.
Gary's here?
Yeah. Is that him outside? No.
He loves our bus.
So I talked to you back at Champion for Liberty in St. Louis before you went and you ran in New Mexico. I wanted to know what you think civil disobedience versus political activism, because you described yourself back then as an anarcho pragmatist, which I completely agree with.
Civil disobedience. Well, did everybody hear the question?
No.
Okay.
Well, I was saying.
No. I can repeat it, but you want to finish or?
No, I was just saying, what's your opinion? Do you say civil disobedience or political activism, or is there room for both in what you're going forward with in your TV show?
I don't think there's a line between civil disobedience and political activism. I don't think there's a division there. I think they're both very important. If you're trying to separate like putting on a suit and tie and working within the electoral system, I mean, look at what Ralph Nader did at the 2008 debates. You can still mix that with civil disobedience.
Right. So you're not going to run for like political office in D.C.
Okay. The question,
what are more of your opinion based on like what you like TJs, the dance party TJs?
Well, I think my activism has always been guided, and even as a candidate, I was considering myself an activist, and as a TV show host, I consider myself an activist. I've always been motivated and directed by where can I be most effective in spreading the message and in waking people up and getting people to think and getting people passionately and actively involved. And there's always different venues for that. About whether or not I'd run for office again, I will not live my life any differently ever again to kiss ass to any electorate.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
If there is an opportunity that finds me, I'm certainly open to it. If there happens to be an electorate that says, we want you to represent us in some way, I will consider in terms of, am I able to be more effective in freeing minds? Because ultimately, that's what defines how free you are. It's not about the law or the government or any of that other crap. I mean, what defines how free you're going to be is how much the people around you believe that you are a free, beautiful, independent human being who deserves to have your freedom respected. Whether or not they use the mechanism of government or their own force to take away your freedoms, it really doesn't matter. And ultimately, freeing minds is, and being in a society of people that embrace your freedom and being surrounded by people that embrace your freedom is what is going to make people as a whole free, is going to free society. I mean, you can create your niche for yourself, you can carve out a space for yourself, you can live like government doesn't exist, you can free your mind and be relatively more free, but in the social sense, that's what ultimately defines it. And so you said a term that I don't really use anymore,